welcome back to my channel, and today I will be filming my July Reading Rush To Be Read pile, or TBR. The Reading Rush will be going from July 20th to 26th, and I will be linking some videos down below in the description of the people that run it. This has been going on for a few years now, and I always try to participate. I don't tend to win the reading rush, as in like reading 7 books in that 1 week. So I just take it as motivation to read as much as I can and connect to people online. So my plan for the reading rush is has 2 parts. I am currently reading 3 books, and I'm going to show you those 3 books. If I haven't finished those books by the time the reading rush comes around, my first priority will be to read and finish those books before I get into my actual to be read pile for that reading rush week. So let me go ahead and show you those books that I'm currently reading. One of the books I'm currently reading is Cell by Stephen King. I'm slowly always collecting more King books. I bought this maybe 2 or 3 years ago in a secondhand bookstore. This was originally $10 and I bought it for $4, so it's a deal. It's one of his more recent ones. It was published in 2006. I doubt I'm going to be able to finish this before the reading rush starts because I'm on page 10. And I've already started putting down sticky notes for impressive quotes and things like that. So this will probably, like the tail end of this book will probably be what I'm reading at the beginning of the reading rush. Next book I'm reading is The Fear by Charlie Higson. This is my friend's copy. I really wanted to read the series, and he has copies of it, so he's like, I will lend you my copies, and I want to get copies for my own collection one day because I love these black pages. I have the first 2 books that I've already read in paperback, and they're still good books, but like I want these hardcovers, these beautiful hardcovers so badly. This is the 3rd book in a zombie apocalypse young adult series. It's really well written, and it's intense, and it's terrifying, and gory. And you might be asking, why are you reading this in the middle of a pandemic? It's because I can read about the action and the gore and the violence, and then put the book down and be like, well, it's not as bad as this book is. So yes, I might still be reading this when the reading rush starts. I'm like on page 70 or something like that. Or I just might finish this before the reading rush begins, because it's really, really good, and you just want to sit down and read like 100 pages in one go. Third and final book I'm currently reading is called Recipe for a Perfect Wife by Karma Brown. I picked this book up shortly before the pandemic hit, like 1 or 2 months before the pandemic hit. Meant to read it right away, never happened, so I'm taking the pandemic as time to pick it up. So this is a dual perspective novel, and it takes place in modern day and then also in the 1950s. So you're reading about a character named Alice and her husband Nate, who live in 2018, and then a woman, Nellie, and her husband, Richard, who live in the 1950s. And so Alice moves in to Nellie's house, and some things start to unravel. Right now where I am, things have begun to unravel, but not too many things yet. So like you're seeing the similarities between the house in the 50s and the house in modern day, because Alice moves into Nellie's old house, and she finds Nellie's cookbook that she used on a regular basis. But that's pretty much as far as I've gotten. Alice has found the cookbook, and you're reading more about Nellie's life and her struggles and trials and tribulations. But it's really good, and I can't wait till I get to the actual meat of the novel. Most likely I will finish this before the reading rush starts, but again, life gets in the way, there's no promises. My actual reading rush TBR isn't all that ambitious. When I make my to be read piles for these reading marathon weeks, I don't tend to get overly ambitious, so I don't have 7 books. I do have a very, very thick book here. But the first book that I am going to read is called Blanca and Roja by Anna Marie McLemore. I just love this cover. It is so, so gorgeous. A friend of mine gave it to me for my birthday a few months back, and I meant to get to it right away, and I never managed to get to it right away. So I was like, take this time to just devour it. I have read the first 6 pages, and I really enjoyed those first 6 pages. And it is a fairy tale retelling of a fairy tale, obviously. I'm trying to remember what fairy tale. It's something to do with swans. I don't remember the fairy tale's name specifically. I'm not entirely sure. But I'm really hoping to start and finish this during the reading rush. The next book is rather ambitious. It is this author's debut novel, I believe. It came out in May, and it is called The Kingdom of Liars by Nick Martell. This is an ARC copy, so that stands for Advanced Reader's Copy. I got this before it came out, and it came out in May, and I think I picked it up in March, and I was like, I need to read, like, the point of getting ARC copies is to be able to read it before it comes out, and it just never happened. Because March is when the pandemic really started to pick up. Again, let's just blame everything on this fucking pandemic. But yeah, so life just sidelined me in March, and so I never got to pick up this giant book. I doubt I'm gonna be able to finish it because of how large it is. But I hope, I think it's like, what, 600 pages? Almost 600 pages, 570 something. So I hope to get like a good chunk done, like maybe the first 200 pages, something like that. But yeah, I'm really excited to get to this. I read the first few pages and I was hooked. Last book on my Reading Rush to be read pile, I do not have a physical copy with me because it's an audiobook I have bought and downloaded onto my phone. I recently started the Dresden Files by Jim Butcher. I read the first book last month and I really, really enjoyed it. So I want to listen to the next book, which is called Fool's Moon, and that is definitely something I will be able to start and finish that week because it's like 8 or 9 hours of audiobook, so I'll be able to listen to that in like 2 to 3 days. And I just remember when I was listening to the first book, I got towards the end, like I had 2-ish hours left, and I was like, okay, I'll probably split it, you know, down the middle and do 1 hour today, 1 hour tomorrow, whatever. And so like I would do stuff like clean my room, make my bed, do the dishes and stuff while I was listening to it. And then the next thing I knew, I was done with it because I was just enjoying it so much. So the next book in that series is called Full Moon. It's either Full Moon or Fool's Moon. I'll have to double check, but I'm going to listen to that one, and that's honestly probably the first one I'm going to dive into when I actually crack into this real TBR. So I will definitely start and finish that one, and hopefully start and finish this one, if not all 3. So that is my Reading Rush to be read pile for the July 2020 Reading Rush, and I am so damn excited. If you plan on reading during the Reading Rush, let me know your TBRs down in the description or down in the comments. If you don't know what it is and you're curious, click on the links. I will link down below in the description. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time. Bye.